So, welcome to another episode of Indisputable Evidence. We back again. I'm your co-host Anthony Beck, along my other co-hosts.
Marcus Davis, the man with the plan. How y'all doing?
Your boy Darnell. Glad to see you, my brother Marcus, my brother Anthony. How y'all boys doing?
We're doing good, man. We're doing good. And by the way, as y'all can see, we are down one. Y'all keep Jerry and his family in y'all prayers. Got a situation going on. An emergency popped up with him, so won't be joining us tonight. Should be back next week, but keep him and the family in your prayers.
So, man, we love you, Jerry. Hope you watching.
Yeah, we hope you watch, even though we know you probably not, because we probably know your eyeballs. You take out a TV wherever you at. Your eyeballs is on this game. We're gonna check on your personal health as well, just in case.
You just had to throw that shot in, didn't you?
Well, I'm just saying because we care about him, man. Like that's our brother. We care about him.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts. But, you know.
I mean, we got to keep tabs. We got to check on him.
Hey, praying for you, my brother. Praying for you.
Right. That's the whole thing. You go trying to start something, Marcus. That's what Marcus does. Now you try to start a
I
podcast.
do nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm being framed.
Put it this way: if Marcus is out in LA, if he's ever out in LA,
You had to mention LA, didn't you?
stay far away from him because if he's out in LA, he has officially gotten a job with TMZ. So stay
Hey,
far.
man. Hey, I ain't doing all that now. I will not be announcing celebrity deaths before the family even knows that.
Hey, I ain't say that now. He gonna catch you on camera though. So you out with.
They said the Marcus is the feds, man.
If you out with somebody that ain't your actual girlfriend, side chick, and Marcus gonna get that picture and yeah.
I feel so attacked right now.
They calling you the new Van Jones, bro.
I know they call me feds out here, man. They say I'm police.
I ain't calling man Van Jones. I ain't gonna do that. But
Van Jones is crazy. I'm gonna do the tears. I'm doing election day tears. This is
that is great.
Anyway,
we got a good show for y'all tonight, man. We gonna get into these games. Playoffs are heating up. Pun intended, by the way.
pun fully intended.
Pun fully intended.
Show the logo. Show the logo. Show the logo one more time.
Oh, y'all want to see it one more time? Oh yeah. Here we
My
go.
guy, Hemi Butler.
Hemi
Buckets.
Hemi Butler.
Hemi buckets.
Jimmy Buckets and Big Spo on production.
Right. We got a pretty well. It's turning back into a decent game right now. Philly is up 92-80 on Boston in the fourth quarter with 9:44 left. So we gonna keep an eye on this game and keep y'all updated on it and see what happens. See who wins, who goes up 3-2. But we're gonna start with a subject that is controversial, and you know, with the society that we live in right now, with this world, you see and hear things like this that happen. It just pisses you off. It irks your nerve. It really does. But Bob Huggins was in the news a couple days ago, really yesterday, for a comment that he made while joining the radio show, where I can't even really say it, but it was a very, very insensitive comment. So when y'all heard it, what was y'all first reaction to it? Because honestly, for me, the way he said it, me personally, it sounded like something he's definitely said in his life plenty of time. Because he felt way too darn comfortable saying it.
It's not even that. It's the fact he said it multiple times.
Yep.
And no one really stopped him. They just egged him on with it. He kept going with it.
They were laughing
like-
the whole time. They were like, "Coach, we love you, man."
I was like, bro, this man is just like going on the airways, confidently shouting homophobic slurs repeatedly. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, he released a statement and everything like that, but I don't know how you survive something like that in 2023. Homophobia, especially publicly and repeatedly, in a public setting. Like that's not acceptable, bro. Like you can't do that.
Yeah, you pretty much offended the entire LGBTQ community. Normally, I would say there's no way he survives this, but I'm gonna be honest. This is West Virginia. He does coach at West Virginia, so he possibly could. But there's a reason why I don't. Part of me don't think he will survive it. The NCAA, they might be the one to step in and say, "Hey, no, this is unacceptable. Y'all got to get rid of him. Y'all, he got to go." So if he does lose his job, I think it'll be because of the NCAA. It won't be because of West Virginia themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have the same opinion. The way that he said it within the context of it, it was just as if he was just talking to his homies. He had no remorse instantly. He said it 2 times. Even the comment beforehand, they made a transphobic remark about the fans being there because they were celebrating something for I'm guessing it's Pride Month or Pride Week or something. Just something relating to that, and they made a transphobic comment, homophobic comment. Just no remorse, no regret, and really, for some people to be like, "Oh, that's not really him," and all that stuff, like you can stop the bullshit, man.
like, yes, it is. He said it multiple times and said it confidently with his whole chest.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
just as comfortable as can be. There ain't no way on God's green earth y'all can sit here and say, "Oh, that's not who he is. That's not who he is." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, come on now. Like let's stop lying. No, no, we not lying for these coaches no more. I mean, you know how the saying goes. Someone shows you who they are,
Believe him.
believe them. Believe them. He showed us who he was, so I believe that's who he is.
Like, he can't possibly go on to West Virginia like that. The only reason he will is because the administration likes him, possibly, and he's a great coach. That's the only reason why he'll survive it.
Yeah, like that was the two things I was saying. It was like he's a good coach there, so unless the NC like AB said, unless the NCAA steps in and tells him, hey, we can't have this like that, he's gonna be coaching, or quite frankly, 1 or 2 years he'll be coaching for another team.
I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, I was like, if he does get fired, he'll get a job somewhere else.
Yeah.
He has too good of a resume. He's a
Mhm.
Hall of Fame coach. He has too good of a resume. He's too good of a coach now to not be on to get hired by somebody.
yeah, that's true. But I will say this: if he looked like us and he got fired, ain't no way in there getting no job. Ain't nope, he ain't getting no job. Nope, he be
And
gone.
like, and for those who are saying like, oh, like he should be given a second chance, the path to rehabilitation is very tough. Like, for instance, Tim Hardaway Jr. No, Tim Hardaway Sr. said a homophobic slur all the way back in like the early 2000s, and he's
Like
been.
bro straight up said he hates gay people,
Hmm. He
and he
said,
would like
and
he
like
said he hates
that,
gay people, and he would get his teammates fired if he found out they were gay. He's
right.
proudly homophobic, all that type of stuff. It was bad.
It was really really bad, like the most extreme shit like you would hear. Like you would see like some niggas say that shit on like 4chan or Reddit or something. But his path of rehabilitation was like him going to different like LGBTQIA events, sponsorships, giving out money, learning with them, and still to this. No, I think it's recently he was inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it took
After
him years to get in because of
it
that.
took him years, it took
It's
him
a year.
very, it took him years to get it, and still then people were very upset about it. Still, rightfully so, and he's very remorseful. But that's the type of action that somebody has to go through if they're looking for a path of redemption. It's not something that somebody just gives you like right away. So,
The people think that always don't want to understand. People don't remember all that. You can apologize to somebody and all that. You can be remorseful all you want. That's well and good. Are you trying to change something, man? The people you hurt and adversely affected don't have to accept your apology.
yep,
Yeah, you're
They,
right.
all you can do is try, and all you can do is just better yourself. But at the end of the day, it's up to the people that you hurt to be to accept your apology. This not the onus is not on them. Like it's a long, winding process. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen the next day. It takes time. But
so releasing a statement saying you sorry and remorseful ain't gonna get the job done. Sorry, bro.
no,
I mean, it's the same tired statement that we see anytime somebody makes a mistake. oh, I'm sorry, I'm remorseful. Like, no. I'm honestly tired of seeing that. Like, words don't mean nothing today. I mean, I need to see action. I need to see. I need you to show that you're sorry. If you got to go, in this case, you got to go out to a pride month and show you sorry. Do that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Go
like
there, get on the mic, tell them you sorry.
it's
And then
like you
people
have to like.
and
Oh,
then
go ahead,
people
uh-huh.
wonder why LGBTQIA folks are so very scared and very harsh when they look at some people because of this type of event. Somebody said something bad and people want to easily just forgive him so easily and give him grace. Oh,
Right.
he did. Oh, he was just shit talking. Like, no.
And see, this is my thing. This is what a lot of people that make this mistake don't think about. What if you got somebody in your family that's gay or lesbian or transgender?
Let's
See,
face it, you probably do and you don't know it. It's
yeah,
possible.
Mhm.
that's the thing. You probably do, you don't know it. Now you done said something offensive. Now this person can't even look at you the same. Even if you didn't know, or they might consider to tell you, um, yeah, they might tell you that they're gay or they're lesbian or they're transgender. They might come and tell you that. Now, how do you feel about the comment that you made? Now you look even worse.
Mhm.
So there's little stuff like that you got to think about. And our number one viewer right here, Jay Money, is back with us. He's been sitting last week. Hey, prayers to you, man. Prayers to you. If it's COVID, I know that did not feel good, and I know that you was
I
going.
sure don't.
And just in case it was COVID, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now. It's gonna take you a while to get your endurance and your energy back, because it took me over a year to get mine back.
If it's
All the
COVID,
same,
man,
man.
make sure you take your vitamins, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
All the
through.
same, man. We glad you're here, man. Our number one fan.
yeah. We glad you're here. Yeah, yeah. He said it was the flu,
On flu.
but he says the flu. So yes, same thing. What Darnell just said. Take your meds. Make sure
Re up on your fluids, like make sure you stay hydrated.
definitely
But
stay hydrated, man. Water.
glad you're all right.
Yeah,
I'm
glad
glad
you're
you're good, man.
drinking a lot of water, a lot of orange juice, all that.
Yeah.
Tell
Man,
you,
well, to put a bow on the topic at hand, like he really shouldn't survive this. To be, if it was up to me, but if he got to show some type of actual remorse for it, like not just some silly statement, actually actions should just be passed.
yeah, he should not survive this, but you never know. Um, how we feel. I'm good, man. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good. You
Yo,
see,
Good logo.
AB and us is feeling good. J Money, I'm
we
sure
good.
that you feeling good. I'm sure you feeling good after yesterday too.
I'm feeling rock solid, man. All this good basketball being played and some old good basketball being played later on tonight. Now I am on top of the world.
Yes, perfect segue into this basketball. How the semifinals are heating up. We're gonna start with Jay Money. You'll like this one. We're gonna start with the Warriors Lakers series. The Lakers have the defending champions on the brink, 3-1 lead. And honestly, I was disappointed in the way the game ended because Golden State really I should have won that game, but just ill-advised states late in this game that sunk them. That and the fact that Jordan Poole gave you absolutely nothing.
Which I mean, giving nothing all playoffs, so I mean, it's whatever.
That was brutal, man. That was brutal. The man, I saw the interview that the reporters gave him last night, and he was saying, "I don't know what happened. My shot's gone or anything. I just don't know what happened." And he sounds so sad. Really hope he bounces back from that, but that was rough to watch Jordan Poole. He only played 10 minutes. They had to bench him for the rest of the game because he was just that bad.
Over 4, man. It was brutal. And he's
Yeah,
not. And what makes it bad is his offense is being so bad right now. Is the fact he's not going to defend on the other end. He's going to be a turnstile on that end, so it looks even worse. You really cannot play him. Period. Like you said, he's not. He hasn't been good all playoffs on offense, but 0 points is brutal.
0 points and 2 turnovers in the 10 minutes you played.
But the
And what,
plus minus had to be bad.
yeah, that's bad. And what I'm going to be looking for in Game 5, early in the game when he gets in, if he doesn't have it, his shot. If he doesn't have it, you got to pull him and put Moses Moody in. You got to keep playing Moses Moody because he hit some big shots for them.
That's
But
$123 million they wasting on Jordan Poole right now. Almost got right into the segue.
we'll get into that one later.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's been bad all playoffs long. I think he's close in the 20s
It's
from
not.
three.
It's not good.
It has not been good.
Yeah,
And then Clay Thompson, like started off very well and then just wasn't able to find a bucket at all last night. Ended
And
up
Steph,
3 for 11, 3 for 9 from
yeah.
three.
And Steph was phenomenal. He had a triple double last night. They played him a little more on ball than usual, which I kind of thought was a good move, good for offense to get him more involved in the play. But throughout the third and fourth quarters, where Les gonna hold up, and they didn't like collapse or anything like that, but you could tell he was slowed a little bit, slowed enough to where they could guard everybody else.
right.
And with the Lakers guards, one thing I did notice is that they have a similar profile to Sacramento's guards in that they're quick and they can get things done. The only difference is they're much better defenders, and it showed in critical stretches of the series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty big guards too. They're 6'5", 6'4". Even Dennis Schroeder, who's 6'1", it's still not like a small guard in that sense. He has very good shots for his son.
Yeah,
So
And
definitely,
and then Lonnie Walker off the bench is huge.
Lonnie Walker won them the game.
15 points all in the fourth quarter.
And they said it was the most points by a Laker in the playoffs off the bench in one quarter since Kobe Bean Bryant.
Wow.
That's actually kind of crazy. That's actually crazy.
Back in 1997 against the Utah Jazz.
I'm happy for Lonnie Walker, man, because he started off well in the rotation early on in the season. And he was a solid player. He was a good player for them. And they rearranged the entire team when he was injured. And he came back. He just didn't have a spot in the rotation, so they dusted him off the last couple of games. He played well. He played really, really well in garbage time last game, so he got bumped up. And then they called him into the game in the fourth quarter. He provided the spark of a lifetime. He was sensational.
Yeah, Marcus, that game on, I believe it was either Sunday. Was it Sunday or was it
Saturday.
It
It was
was
Saturday.
Saturday.
Night.
Saturday, where he was playing in the garbage time minutes. They had to pull him out because they were like, "Oh no, you're getting too hot. You're getting too hot out here. We love what we see. We're gonna put you in the next game." And we saw it happen today. And yesterday, he closed out for them.
And this right here, this was Steph. This was Steph's numbers from three. What a block. Wow.
Woo! Damn, man.
And this was Steph's numbers. He was 3 for 14 from three. That was the only bad part of his game. And one of them was an ill-advised three late in the game. I'm like, what are you doing?
The one on Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that was ill-advised. Like you don't like you know better than that. You don't take that shot. But yeah, Lonnie Walker had 15 in the fourth. Yeah, sensational game. Great quarter in the fourth quarter. Pretty much he basically single-handedly won them that game.
He played great because D'Lo didn't really have it. He's really having games where he has that. AD was fantastic, offense and defense. LeBron got it going a little bit towards like the end of the third quarter. He ended up playing well. Jared Vanderbilt defensively as well, but they left him alone on offense a lot. But again, defensively, his length and his versatility is huge for them. This team really just threw a whole different squad together in the middle of the season and on the brink of going to the conference finals. That's actually remarkable. It's a hell of a job by Darwin Ham to get these guys ready.
Right. Now, here's the $1 million question. Hold on.
Yeah. That J Money, that shot was just crazy because it was like Curry, we know you like to hit big shots at the end of the game, but like usually that's coming off of screens or so. Him taking a contested off the dribble three off of Anthony Davis from like 15. It was just crazy. It was just like,
And
yo,
this is an Anthony Davis that in the playoffs now is just wrecking people's game plans. Like
mm,
he's playing defense better than like 2003 Duncan in the playoffs, 94 Olajuwon in the playoffs. He's been sensational. Even when his offense has been up and down at times, his defense has never waned in any game in either series so far.
Now, J Money, I know you was happy you took that shot. Now, if you would have actually made it, I know you would have been sick to your stomach.
I mean, it's Steph Curry. He'll make that. He'll miss it. It is what it is. You can't
Yeah,
do much about that.
it just looks so bad like when because he didn't make it. It
right.
looked bad, and I think they were down by 2.
Yeah, you didn't need that shot.
Then the turnover at the end, like Draymond, was weird.
That hurt because Draymond was kind of playing well, not really scoring wise, but really what happened in Boston. I'm not really watching the game.
Hey, man, Philly just flat out beat them.
Really taking it to him.
They're being more physical. Embiid is imposing his will inside, but he's hitting a couple threes as well. So now you got to guard him on the perimeter, and it's opening up the lane for guys like Tyrese Maxey to start cooking. So
James Harden's playing well again, and Tobias Harris is giving them like ancillary support. Paul Reed's had a decent game off the bench. PJ Tucker's been giving them a lot of toughness and timely rebounding and things like that. It's just been a complete team game for Philadelphia today.
And Al Horford hasn't really been effective at all this game.
And Tatum really hasn't either. It's been bad.
right, $1 million question: is the series over?
For the Warriors?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think next game the Warriors come out blazing.
They won game 5. I think the Lakers goes out in game 6 in LA though, but they will win game 5.
Yeah. That away game, I don't know. But
Let's say
the Warriors.
I will say this. I don't think it is, but also, yeah, I think they'll come out blazing game 5. I think they'll win game 5. Here's the thing. The Warriors have actually shown in the last few games they can play well on the road. They could have won game 4. They really could have and probably should have won in game 4. Game 6 would be the game to watch. Because I feel like Warriors win game 5. That'll start them. This is setting up. Because we know LeBron got Curry with the 3-1.
I know what you're gonna do, Eddie. Don't.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's just setting up for Steph Curry to get his get back. And I'm telling you right now, if that happens, Laker fans all over the world are going to be sick to their stomachs. There will be rioting in Los Angeles. I would hope that they're not burning the city down, even though that is very possible. Clipper fans will troll for some unknown reason because y'all got cooked in the first round. It'll be bad for the Lakers. If they don't win this series, it's going to be bad. There are going to be questions raised about not all this roster, but some of the pieces on this roster.
Not really. They're gonna win this series. I'm not gonna go that far. Because the thing with the Lakers and how they're playing right now, if you don't scare them and you don't have any threat in the front court whatsoever on the offensive end, they're not worried about you whatsoever. They're just not. Like a front court of Louis and Draymond is not going to score any points on them. The way Eddie's playing, he's erasing anything regardless. Now it's offensively with him, it will be up and down game to game. That's the $1 million question. But defensively, he'll be on point.
This is very possible here.
Well, would we get like Kevon Looney more from 11 minutes? Because he's been dealing with this illness. I don't know what illness it is. They haven't really fully disclosed it. It's not COVID.
You know what I think it is? Stomach virus.
Stomach virus.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
Like a stomach virus. Maybe he had food poisoning or something. And yeah, this game is over now. The Philadelphia 76ers are running the Boston Celtics right out of their own.
Oh, that Maxi step back.
The Celtics never really recovered after that shit second quarter.
Nah.
No, they didn't. And
Maxi has 30 points.
J Money, not game 5. Not game 5. I think the Warriors bounce back game 5.
Yeah, I think it'll be close. It'll be narrow. There'll be a dip and tuck game, but they'll win game 5.
I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna surprise you, Marcus. I don't know if game 5 is gonna be close.
You think it's gonna be a blowout?
I'm not gonna say blowout, but I would say they'll win comfortably. Like it won't be a situation where all the games. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be that. I think it'll be more like maybe they win by 10, 13, somewhere around there.
You think they're gonna start with the same lineup that they did last time, where it's like they put not Jordan Poole, Gary Payton as the 5-man. Since they had no success with it first.
Yeah, well, because they found something with that lineup, but you got to put Moody out there later in the game with that lineup because he's providing more. He's giving more than Jordan Poole right now.
But they can't afford for Jordan Poole to be bad. He has to give them secondary score because Clay's going to be up and down because he's not the same Clay Thompson. Let's face it, he's not. But he'll give you a 30-point game every so often, but other times it'll be doing nip and tuck with him. Defensively is where it's probably going to be the main thing with him though, on that type of deal. But if they get something out of Poole, like 10 points, 15 points, okay, whatever. Like you've gotten a 20-point game out of him in this playoffs already. Like it's not out there on possibility he can do it again. He just has to be not so reckless with the ball. It's just, and also, Louis keep getting rebounds. Draymond, same deal. Keep defending. Do as best you can on AD. Steph's gonna have to be the engine at the end of the day, though. It has to be him.
It's just so sad because really the game to win for them was last night. Like they had the Draymond kind of game in there where he was giving you at least something on the on there. Gary Payton gave you 17. Gary Payton gave you 15. Andrew Wiggins gave you 17. Like it was a close game to the wire, and I think it was up until like the Lakers got the lead within like the last minute or so, I believe.
Yeah, like last minute of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go on the time. Oh, it is now 113-98, but as I said, I think
it's 2.5 minutes left. This game's over.
Yeah, game. But we're gonna kind of move on from this series and segue into another one. This next series we're gonna get into. Marcus, I'm gonna let you introduce it.
With this one right here. Oh, Boston and Philadelphia. Oh boy.
No, it wasn't that one.
Oh, Miami.
Not that one either.
Oh, we gonna talk about
game after
we got a series on our hands now.
Mm-hmm.
2-2 going back to Denver.
And on behalf of Jerry as well, we have decided to all come on this podcast tonight. On behalf of Jerry as well, we would like to send out a formal apology to the Phoenix Suns for burying them and planning their funeral prematurely. You know, Chris Paul ends up getting hurt. And we just thought that there's just no way they can recover from this. And yeah, I'm watching this game, and I know darn well Philly ain't finna fumble this bag.
It's 150. There's no way they fumble this bag, but they can't. They got this.
Peyton Pritchard is saying
101 now.
Peyton Pritchard wants this, man.
But he is ready. He thinks this is Game 7 of the finals. But no, seriously, like on Phoenix though, I had a feeling with Chris Paul being out. They had no bench for it. I didn't think their bodies were gonna be able to handle it. Then they went back home to Phoenix and they got going a little bit. Now, granted, both these games were nip and tuck and close. and it took Herculean efforts from Booker and KD, especially Booker. Booker was insane in both games.
He was unconscious.
And for Denver, Jokic was phenomenal as well. He had a 50-plus point game last game. He had a 31-point game, triple double, and a four. Like these were back and forth, down to the wire games. Like they were a missed DeAndre Ayton foul and like 20 seconds left in the game away from possibly tying it and possibly going to overtime. Like that's how crazy game four was. And then you had the whole Matt Sheba Jokic interaction that Jokic ended up getting fined for, he didn't get suspended or anything like that. So
25,000.
that's
Well
that's
deserved
pretty
though,
funny.
because some people were saying get him suspended. I don't know why. Matt
Like,
East was like a bitch. Like,
He really went to the Marcus Smart School of flopping.
yeah, we
Tom Izzo taught Matt Sheba well.
yeah, but
man,
we
look like prime Kyle Lowry out there, man.
Oh my gosh. Like that was such a good flop though. Like he like got like Jokic tried to get the ball right and he just went flying.
He was all up on Jokic, and then Jokic was like, "Hey man, stop hugging me," and bro went, "Oh." Like he flew
He's
2 feet.
averaging the Book's averaging 41 and a half on 79% shooting the last two games. He's treating the Nuggets affairs like their workout chairs. That's how bad. That's how crazy it is.
yeah, but we would like to apologize to the Phoenix Suns for writing y'all off too early, and planning y'all funeral and eulogies and all that. Um, yeah, let's just say Jerry had an emergency. We couldn't be with us tonight, but he'll be back next week.
Yeah, really bad. But yeah, so
We
other
apologize,
than
Phoenix. We got a
yeah,
great
but like
set man right now.
other than like Booker and things like that, what have y'all seen so far at the Suns those last couple of games? The major
Well,
players.
Monty
Bitch,
Williams, Monty Williams finally decided to start playing Terrence Ross and
TJ Warren.
Jay Warren, and it's like, okay, finally, Landry Shamet last game particularly went ballistic. Like he gave you 5 from 8 for three, 19 points. Jesus.
And
And
Yep.
Josh,
they doubled a lot too. They just said leave him open, and he made it pay.
hmm and Jock Landell. Hey, he is playing fantastic, man. He's
He's playing very good ball right now.
very, very, very good ball. So
He's playing better than the max center they got.
He's playing way better to the point that he's played them mostly down the stretch because he's giving them rebounding. He's playing good one-on-one defense on Jokic as best you can with the way he's playing right now. Like he's actually giving them a good presence in the paint. He's not shying away from the moment. Like it's been good ball from him.
Yeah. But they finally found the bench, the guys they can bring off the bench and rely on. It's helping because we were going into the series saying they have no depth. I mean, you have to rely on Katie and Devin Booker to play 40 plus minutes. Yeah, they still got to play 40 plus minutes, but now they're starting even and they're still dropping 30 apiece. But see, now they're getting help.
and they're
So
and with Chris Paul out, they're playing a whole lot faster. That's why they're being able to get more shots up.
yeah,
And,
they're
and the
playing.
ball's been
They're
the
not
ball's been in Book's hands more too with that
right.
because he's playing more. He's bringing it up. He's been a much improved passer out of double teams. He's able to get open. I think with them, I think Denver probably should be more comfortable just playing one-on-one with KD and Book because you don't want to double him with the way he's passing the ball right now, and you're leaving KD wide open. So you don't want to do that either. So, but Devin's like 6'6", 6'7". He's shooting over guys like KCP. And KCP is a damn good defender, but if he's just getting shot over, there's not much you can do. And there was one possession where Booker hit a three, but they sent a double team right at him. He just shot over it anyway. Like that's unconscious basketball.
Wow.
But Denver played as well as they did up until like the last possession where they kind of fumbled it. I was a little
Yeah.
upset about that, man. Jokic, you really should have went for it instead of
Yeah,
fumbling the ball, going back to Jamal Murray.
yeah, that last game, I want to say game three, when he did that, I was like, he had too much opportunities to cut the lead down like one or take the lead period off an open three. He passes up with a two-man game to Murray. But Murray was 7 for 3 as good as he played. So, like, you were the one that should have probably took those shots. And then game four, they had him called the end, whatever that happens. They didn't get much out of the role players except for Michael Porter Jr. He played very good game four. KCP didn't play well on the road at all. Um, the minutes where Mike Malone has to think about the minutes where it was just Murray and the bench, that did not go well. It didn't go well.
Yeah, the bench just they got really nobody going on right now. Remember when everybody thought Reggie Jackson was going to be the answer for them, and Reggie he has not been good for them.
Like he isn't in rotation anymore. Like
He not
it's mostly been
or is he?
I guess it's mostly been Bruce Brown, mostly been Christian Brown, mostly been Uncle Jeff. Like
That-
these are good players off the bench. This is a deep team, but on the road they just wilted.
You're right.
I wish for I don't know why, I just don't know why Thomas Bryant just does not get any minutes at all. I'm a little upset about that. Like he doesn't get minutes at all. Like
Because usually when Jokic comes out of the game, it's usually they shift Aaron Gordon down to the five and play that way. Which okay, it's fine. He's good. He's a good athlete. He's tall. He's big. It can work, but I wouldn't want to tire him out so much because he has to guard Kevin Durant in normal lineups usually, and that's taxing because well, it's Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? So just give him a rest. Just put in a Bryant if he's playable. Hell, you got Jordan. Let him take a couple of fouls in certain like in the court situations if he must. I don't know.
yeah, just so it'll be a little bit easier for everybody out there, rather than just playing small ball throughout the whole time. Because even when you place in somebody new, just like how Phoenix does, sometimes you can just put in some different energy that you just weren't looking for. And
Right.
Thomas Bryant just, if there's anything guaranteed, he's gonna give you some buckets.
Yeah. And like the big question also like with Denver coming in is the plus minus numbers with Jokic on and off the court. On the court, they ran as the best team in the NBA. Off the court, they ran as the worst. And the plus minuses have been big minutes for them. Have been big for them in the series. Like they played well with him off the bench, and then games 3 and 4 happened, and it kind of shifted the other direction, especially when it was just Murray with the bench. Those minutes were not good. So I think Malone has to think about not staggering as much with like, Murray and Jokic, and just try to play Jokic as much as possible because he has to take it home. Man.
And then can Michael Porter Jr. also find consistency?
Yeah, because he played terrible game 3, played phenomenal game 4. Good news
Right.
is they're back in Denver, and we know the old saying in the playoffs: role players play better at home. They played phenomenal games 1 and 2. They played bad games 3 and 4. Phoenix's role players like Andrew Shemmick carried them to victory damn near off the back of his 19 points in game 4. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully KCP gets going again. Hopefully Bruce Brown he gets going again and plays better on defense. Christian Brown also, and then Jeff Green hold up because his plus minuses. Jeff Green's haven't been great since game 2. So hopefully he holds up better at home for Denver if you're Denver.
But for the most part, the games this year have been great games too. I mean, it's been really fun to watch.
Well, they were phenomenal games. Game 4 was a classic
The
damn near because
the
Jokic
back
got going with 50 plus. Book was great. KD came alive. Even Landry Shamet showed up to the party, and it was just go 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 with both offenses. Like as soon as somebody got a basket, they went down to the other end, came back and scored. Like it was back and forth basketball.
Hey, but
y'all
definitely shout out to Booker, man. He's been
right.
consistently the best player for Phoenix this whole
Yes,
entire run.
Consistently the best player in the entire playoffs. If you really think about it,
Hmm.
the whole way through. Yes, AB
Yeah,
don't give me a look. Yes, he has.
I mean, debatably with JB, but still, man, you can't deny the efficiency has just been out of the roof.
it's been the efficiency's been great. But, there's a debate.
It's a debate, but it ain't that great. It ain't that big of a debate. It's been Booker.
It is,
Yeah, we
but
can, we can have
y'all,
healthy debate.
It's
y'all,
healthy.
we we
A
we
lot of guys have been playing well.
we got a situation, y'all. The Philadelphia 76ers have won again in Boston and have taken a 3-2 lead with a 115-103 win over the Celtics. So You know what? Let's just go ahead and get into that series now. Like, what did y'all see from this game that concerns y'all, that worked for Philly, but also concerns y'all with Boston?
Again, the defensive lapses from Boston. Bad doubles, bad rotations, guys missing their assignments, and the two-man game with Harden got rolling. And then Tyrese Maxey came up big with 30 points. Tobias Harris gave you good minutes. Then Daniel House gave him solid minutes on defense as a body. Like it was just a complete win for Philly, and they got their spots whenever they really wanted to. It made it look too easy.
Also, the guard play for Boston outside of Marcus Smart has not been good lately. Derek
Derek
White
White
been
since
playing
last year's
You don't say that, Darnell. Guard play outside of Marcus Smart has not been good. This is
Derek White's been awful since like game 2 of Atlanta. It's not been a good series for him.
y'all.
and
We might
Malcolm Brogdon has been looking for a shot and in or out. But Marcus Smart has been the best guard for them so far coming up with this series.
now before we get more in depth with this series. We might have some breaking news coming very soon.
Ooh, woo.
Woo! If this happens, hey man, Josh, we appreciate you for this info right here because this is something that we're gonna be watching. We're gonna be watching now. Now you know me trying to be in the media. I'm gonna check around. I'm gonna try and check around as well. Maybe go to their message boards, but I'm gonna try and check around on this and see if it's some legs. So because there could be some legs to this. Like for real, there for real could be some legs to this, and I would not be surprised if it does happen. Well, I'd be a little surprised, but then again, I won't be.
But that's major for that. That does happen.
I didn't get a chance to watch this game 5 between Boston's. Hey man, Philly just
Who took it to him?
they took it to them. They took control of this game. They had Boston fans leaving the arena early. They took it to them. I mean,
It was bad.
they punched Boston in the mouth really in that second quarter, and Boston never recovered.
Yeah, their guard play all around just thoroughly outclassed Boston tonight. Maxey played well. Harden strung 2 good games in a row. Tobias Harris as a wing played well. And B got to his spots early and often. It was just a complete game from them. And Boston, guys like Horford just did not shoot well. Tatum didn't shoot well until the end. He had 36 points, but if you watch the game, he didn't play
Very
that well.
36 points, but a very inefficient 36.
But Brown was okay, he's fine, but they overall it was not a good game for the Celtics. It just wasn't. It wasn't good enough.
Yeah, and you didn't really hear much from Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, or Robert Williams. I mean, they just seemed like once they got punched in the mouth, it was almost like
They won spaghetti legs and just never recovered.
right. It was pretty much Javante Davis hitting Ryan Garcia with the rib shot, and 2 seconds later, he on the ground.
They just got them. But shout out to Philadelphia, man. They answered the bell. Like there was an emotional high roll win on Sunday. They could have easily just came down here and just laid the egg, but they came out ready to play.
They did, and
And
now they have. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was like, and now they have a chance to close it out in Philadelphia.
Right, up 3-2. You going back home? That's going to be a raucous crowd. They are going they're going to be hyped for that game. They got a chance to close it out. And real quick, do y'all think they do?
I think Boston wins Game 6.
Really?
I do. I think Tatum will bounce back. I think Brown bounce back. Like they'll play better. Like they've been up and down sometimes, but when they've had to win games, they've come out swinging.
Yeah, that match is gonna go to 7.
Yeah, there's definitely legs to this. If this is the case, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's major for the Big 12.
Huggins, Go ahead, clean out that office, brother.
Go on, clean out, Huggy Bear. It's
Don't.
Jover.
Yeah, it's over. Don't, it's Jover. Don't clean out that office because yeah, if your assistant is with the A was spotted with at dinner with the AD, you already know what that's about. You
Yep.
the you
Oh,
the coach.
also, game about to start now. What do we? Who we have here? Denver and Phoenix. Who we have winning game 5?
I got
I'm going
Denver.
for,
I got Denver.
yeah, I
I
got
I got,
got
Denver.
Denver.
you said what, Darnell?
I got Denver.
Yeah, I got Denver as well. I think Jokic has another good game, but I think Jamal Murray is gonna have a big game as well.
I think the role players just played better in Denver this time around.
Yeah, I think they already just forced a turnover and oh man, missed the layup.
Ah, now to the main event.
We kind of got into it at the beginning of the show, but we just felt like it was very insensitive. Like we kind of came to that consensus that they were very insensitive comments, and with today's environment, it's just something that you just shouldn't say. Like you gotta be better than that.
It's the fact you say repeatedly. That's the killing blow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just things you can't do, and that's one of them. J Money, I got Denver. Yeah, I think we all have Denver winning this game, but I think it could be another track meet. This is and Michael Porter Jr. just hit a three. That is something that I'm going to be looking at tonight. I'm going to be looking at how he plays because he's going to be important as to whether they actually win this game or not. Because I still
He's
think it's going to be
such a barometer for them because when he has it going, they can't be beat. Because Jokic is gonna do it, Mark Murray's gonna be there. But if MPJ is coming along for the ride as a third option, they are about as tough to beat as anybody in the NBA.
yeah, they are. And yeah, you're right. Like Michael Porter Jr. is probably the most important guy for them. But KD and Devin Booker they're gonna get theirs. So they're gonna keep this game close. Michael Porter Jr. is hitting shots. I think Denver wins this game.
I mean, it's important for somebody not in Jokic to do it because
Oh, you went there.
they can't win being Jokic dependent. Because if Jokic is out here just doing 50 game per game, that's great. But if it means everyone else around him isn't showing up and coming along for the ride, that's bad news for them. Because that means you have to match KD and Book, and I don't think they're going to do that. You have to It has to be a team effort for them.
Yeah, ain't no magic KD and Book.
No,
West Virginia alumni here behind me. Yeah, we
absolutely.
he does. And if that rumor that you're hearing is true, I can see it. I can see it. He had a great career coaching, but pink slip time. But
Yeah,
Darnell,
bro, it's just unacceptable. You can't do that stuff.
yeah, you can't do that. Darnell, I believe it's time for us to come to the stage.
It's your time, Darnell. Where
Now,
you at?
did Darnell's camera just go out?
I think it did.
Hold up, y'all. Give me a second.
Oh, well, we'll come to the stage in a minute. But to kind of put a bow on Philly and Boston with what we saw tonight, I think Game 6 is going to come down to for me, James Harden. That's who it comes out. It's not Max. It's James Harden. James Harden plays well. I think I would not be surprised if Philly actually closes them out. But in general, I will be because I think we all went into the series thinking, what Boston in 7?
I said Boston at 6, but
Said
that's out the
Boston.
window. Yeah.
See, I said 6 or 7. I mean, it depended on for me how James Harden played. James Harden has played well at least in 2 of these games. He didn't play terrible tonight, but Tyrese Maxey was more the guy that helped Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid had 33. Tyrese Maxey hit 5, 6 threes, and he had 30 points himself. You get that out of him, and Philly's hard to beat.
And we strung a rock solid Harden game together because he's been up and down. Like he played sensational game 1, played sensational game 4, wasn't great games 2 and 3. Played well tonight. Like String enough games together, it's going to be tough to beat Philadelphia.
Right. And Denver right now is out to a 7-0 lead.
Big turnaround jumper from Eric Gordon there. That's going to be big. That's offense. Oh, it's a block. Oh, a block?
He said what?
They called that a block from KCP.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Um, but with this series, feeling with not feeling Phoenix and Denver. Another thing, DeAndre Ayton, brother.
It's time to have a talk. Time to
Yeah,
have a talk.
it's time to have a talk. You getting paid all that money, and Landale's coming in and playing in crunch time over you.
It's a situation that needs to be looked at because again, the contract situation from last year and the whole him getting benched late in Game 7 argument with Monty Williams last year, and then the contract situation he was getting into with him being restricted, they didn't match at the very last minute. Like it's because I don't know if he wants to be there. I'm not sure if Phoenix even really wants him there. To be honest with you, it's something to look at because the trade parameters of that deal that they matched, those are passed now, so he can be on the move.
Yeah, but my question is, who's gonna take him with the way he's been playing?
That's the question. I
Because
don't think I think teams know who he is by now because Aiden's not going to be who people thought he was going to. Like he's just too inconsistent for all that.
in today's league, you need a consistent big, and he just like you said hasn't been that, and it's a problem because it's like which DeAndre Ayton are you gonna get? Are you gonna get 20 and 10 DeAndre Ayton, or are you gonna get DeAndre Ayton getting benched in the fourth quarter for Lambdale in crunch time minutes? I mean, you can't get paid all that money.
And
And,
just and he's so talented but like in the playoffs they've had him a one on one with guys like Giannis with and right now with Jokic. He's just been getting cooked. And then his offensive game is way too finesse for what they need out of him.
right, it's like you're big and soft. Pause. But but
Anyway, but no, seriously, like his game, like he'll get 1-1 in the paint and he'll just he'll sell for a 15 footer or a floater way too often.
it's like get down in the paint and dominate whoever's on you, even if it's Jokic. Jokic don't play defense.
Speaking of which, Jokic just beat a badly on a cut to the rim.
And then that's the other thing, effort. And Devin Booker looked like he about ready to cook tonight. That's the second shot he said already.
He's just shooting over anybody right now. It's it's remarkable shit he's doing right now.
At this point, he's shooting over his own teammates too.
Like he's treating everybody like it's a workout. Like the chairs, like you see in a basketball workout, he's shooting over them right now. It's like the coach gave him resistance in practice.
Right. No. When Darnell gets back, we'll get into the other series. But looking at this game so far, who's at the free throw? Aaron Gordon is at the free throw line right now. But another role player for Denver that I've been really impressed with, and you brought him up earlier. It has been Christian Brown.
He's been good for them these playoffs as a rookie. But that's rare.
Yeah, I mean, rookies stepping up in big moments, it is rare, but he looks like he's ready for the moment. You know, he's on a really good team and contributing. And on top of that, like his defense, yeah, and KCP, J Money just said KCP has been, oh man, like some of the shots he hit. I think what was it, game 2? The shots he hit in that game,
Big shots.
big shots for them to win that game. So yeah, I've been impressed with this unit. Like they are deep. They got guys that come off the bench. Uncle Jeff Green coming off the bench, providing solid minutes. You got Michael Porter Jr. in the start lineup. He's provided some solid minutes. He's got to continue to do that. We just said Christian Brown off the bench, Bruce Brown off the bench. They're a very, very deep team.
And they're well coached by Malone. They play a lot better on defense than people give them credit for, especially in the playoffs. They've took the defense to a different level. Right now, it's just a hard struggle having to guard a guy like the Booker, who's just on a heater. But they're doing the best they can. They're doing the best they can. And Michael Porter Jr. hits the three in the corner. That's big. You see the second one.
And Jay Money, if the Lakers do advance and they end up getting Denver, I know it would suck if KCP hit big shots for Denver against y'all and help take y'all. But I know
Michael Porter Jr. is having a really good start right now.
that. Hey, I was looking for that. Because
He's gonna step up back at home, back in Denver. Someone's gonna step up. Michael Porter Jr. has had 2 games in a row now. Now, if he keeps this up, that's 3. Like I said, if he's on it, if he's got it, they're hard to beat.
right, and the thing about him is, you already have Jokic and Murray. You need that third guy. You want to form a big three. That's the guy you're looking at to form that big three. He just has to continue to be consistent, continue to develop that shot, and once he does
continue to fight on defense, things like that. Because he's 6'10", he gives you strong length. He's a smooth shooter. He can score at all 3 levels. It's just consistency with him as a young player. That's all it really is.
bro, we really on our other podcast just had a Utah fan follow us.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. We got reach. Look at that.
I'm gonna show you this.
Oh, look at that. I mean, he's a Celtics fan too, so I guess Jared got something in common.
Oh, you a Bruins fan? Oh, I know you a
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey man, that's hockey for you, bro. Upsets happen in that sport.
Hey man, South Florida ain't playing no more. They ain't playing no more.
South Florida stand up.
I'm trying to tell you, look, I don't know what it was in the water down there. The Florida Panthers, man, the Florida Panthers, yeah. Them dudes is Lord. Matter of fact, they playing tonight.
Yeah, they play Toronto now, pretty sure.
Did they close them out yet?
It's 3-0. So they close them out tonight.
The Stars and the Kraken are playing.
Oh, that's a good series.
Yeah, but yeah, that series right there, man. They ain't playing around no more.
But nah, man, like they're a good team, man. They were President's Trophy winners last year. Also second round, and they kind of had to scratch the claw a little bit this year, but they're in playoff. They've been playing playoff mode for like a month and a half. So good for them.
You all think CP can come back in the playoffs?
I think so, but I don't know how his minutes are gonna look because with the way they've been playing without him.
Maybe game 6. Maybe.
It's a groin. That's tricky.
Yeah, it's a groin injury. And I can tell you from personal experience, ain't something to mess with. I played an entire senior season with a groin injury.
Ooh.
Baseball.
Groin injury at 37 in basketball, that's not great.
And when you an outfielder, having to chase down, I'll tell you, that's pain.
Yeah, but especially with him, he did work out before the game today, so that's a decent sign, I guess. But we'll see how he looks if he does come back. If he does come back, it's not until game 6 or 7 if it gets that far.
Yeah, maybe if he does come back, I'll say this. If Phoenix wins tonight, I don't think he plays game 6.
I would play game 6.
If they lose, I think he plays, but they might limit his minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't play him game 6 if they win. I strongly consider not playing him if they don't either.
Right, because they haven't been terrible without him. I'm not gonna sit here. I ain't gonna be like some of the pundits on TV saying, "Oh, they better without Chris Paul. They're playing better." No, we not.
I mean, they're better in this particular situation without because the speed of the game has gone up with them, but
they're playing faster with more pace.
Yeah, which is something
because they're playing with more pace, and Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are just
on tear
right now.
Yeah. It's just they all share the same shot profile, so that's one less mid-range shot to go around. Because they pretty much exclusively shoot those shots and those shots alone in this series. which is something I said the game too. They need to up the shot variety in games 3 and 4. They did that, and that led to more wins and more shot opportunities for everybody else. Push off the doubles that Denver was sending Booker's way. So far so good.
Right. So we gonna it's a lot that we're gonna look at. So with and like we said, that's a groin injury, so you don't wanna
You don't mess around with that.
striking turns into a pull can turn to a tear,
And at his age, that's going to be something that's going to bother him for a bit.
yeah, he's what, 38, 39 now, or
About 37, 38, it's somewhere around there. But yeah, it's going to bother him.
yeah, so but you just hate it for him though, because every darn time playoffs come up, he get hurt.
It's always been a thing. Not even is it's been a thing since 2012. Every time there's a chance, a random injury happens. 2018 was the worst.
Like, bro, a hamstring injury.
But they were going to beat Golden State that year. They were going to do it, and then
And he pulls his hamstring. What was it, game 7? What was it, in game 7? Or
I want to say it was game 5. I think game 4 or 5.
he pops his hamstring. And it's like,
It was playing sensational basketball. He was the perfect complement to Harden.
yeah, he's 37. He's gonna be 38 soon. But he pulls his hamstring. He's like, oh man.
I felt so bad, man. It was bad.
Yeah, I know he was pissed. Like, we finna beat the team. This happens.
And then when he finally got to the finals in 2021 with Phoenix, he just got worn down. With Drew Holiday guarding him as the longer the series went.
He said it was game 5. I remember that injury like it was yesterday. I'm like, God, dog. I mean, and they was winning too. They were winning.
He was balling that game 5.
He was cooking. They were winning. The Warriors had no answer for him. And as soon as that happened, the Warriors all of a sudden catch fire. And then you got Steph looking at the crowd saying, I'm here. I'm back.
And then game 7 rolls around. Boom. They just went cold.
The cold.
They built an igloo.
It was an igloo out there.
There was an igloo in South Texas that day.
James Harden was what? 2 for something crazy like that?
They missed 27 consecutive 3-point attempts. 27.
And then you saw James Harden at the club, I think, afterwards.
I mean, what else you gonna do after losing the game 7? You know, what else you gonna do?
Bro, just go home.
I mean, it's Memorial Day. I mean, have a little fun. You might as well.
Yeah, it was Memorial Day that day. Because we had a memorial for Houston that day. 1 for 11. I think he was 1 for 11 from 3.
That's especially the team that they were. That emphasized the 3-point line more than most teams. Yeesh.
Yeah, and on top of that, Mike D'Antoni didn't give a crap about defense. He didn't give a damn about defense, so he just said,
and they weren't even a bad defensive team either. That's the weird part. That's one of the better defensive teams Tony's ever coached.
They
had guys like Tucker.
Defense, and he told them not to be.
It was spreadsheet basketball what they were doing.
Like, how do you tell your team not to be good on defense?
They won 65 games doing it. Got to a game for the finals. It was successful.
I'm not going to tell my team to just let teams score.
And they were actually pretty solid defensively, funnily enough, which is the funny part about that quote. They were pretty solid on that end. And Michael Porter Jr. hit another 3.
Michael Porter Jr. is cooking right now.
He's keeping man because Jokic is someone had to go on. He's 3 of 6 on his own. He's made every 3 for them so far. Oh, great strip by KCP.
Now Aaron Gordon just hit one. A corner 3.
Role players, they're at the crib.
Yeah, they are. Devin Book, you and KD might need to go for 40 apiece.
I mean, that's the game plan every game. They kind of have to combine for 80 points every game, damn near. That's just what it is. They're very much the 2011 Heat in that, like, yes, you have your top of the line players, but when everyone else just isn't going to produce, it's going to be an uphill battle. It's next year when they're really going to be contenders. Guys are going to want to come if they can to Phoenix. Like guys with a pulse around them.
Guys are gonna want their money.
For him.
James Harden doing the Dennis Rodman going to Vegas.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Like, bro, come on, man.
I love the Last Dance so much, man.
Like, come on, man. Not during the playoffs. I'm sorry. Like, no.
Hey, man, Jordan gambled in Vegas the night before a playoff game before. I mean, or Atlantic City, my fault. Atlantic City.
That is true. Nobody want to talk about that. Nobody.
The funny thing is, they mentioned it in the Last Dance. And they said Jordan had a response that like he actually didn't play that well at all. And Michael Porter Jr. had another three.
He's got 14 points already.
He has all their 3-pointers.
Yeah, he's 5 for 6 from the field and 4 for 5 from 3. And look at that. I get name dropped in the commercial. Where's my royalties?
The Google commercial.
Yeah, where my royalties? I mean, I was out there hooping. Apparently, hey, I was
all right.
Hooping.
All right, relax.
I'm just saying, hey, you saw him. I see you, Ace. I think, yeah, he's out there.
There's a lot of people that Ace out there in the world.
That's how my past good.
You got the match.
Yeah. You saw Joel Embiid. That's all I had to get Joel the ball. There you go. Going up for the dunks.
Anything to get you playing well, bro. That's all we gotta do, man. So where's Darnell, man? We trying to get y'all to the main event.
Yeah, we trying to get to the main event. Darnell is. We don't know what Darnell's doing right now.
Darnell's MIA. No pun intended.
No, pun intended.
You know what? You're right.
Pun intended. But yeah, we're going to wait for Darnell to join us if he ever does. Maybe he got in trouble with the girlfriend. We don't know.
Maybe he fell asleep or something. Who knows?
Or maybe he's cooking dinner and hopefully he didn't burn up the food.
Let's hope he didn't burn the food up. He didn't burn the house down. He didn't do nothing crazy.
Bro, if we find out that he pulled a Will Smith and burned the kitchen down, like, first of all, if you watch Fresh Prince, like, yeah, you watch the episode, how do you burn the entire kitchen down?
That's actually crazy.
Like, I can see, like, the counter. I can see burning up the counter. I can see that. The whole kitchen. And
yeah, man, it'd be like that.
You said what?
It'd be like that.
And he just standing there. He would have died if that was for, like, come on, man. He on the MCD Wi-Fi. Oh my God. Nah, he on land.
That he on land?
Yeah, he ain't broadband. No, he on land.
That's what's up.
That's what it is. Like if you grew up where like couldn't nobody, if you want to use the internet, nobody could be on the phone. So you be on the internet. As soon as the phone rings, somebody pick it up. Your internet just went out.
Hey man, it's the work. It'd be like that.
Yeah, that's showing highlights. Michael Porter Jr. is
on a heater.
He is unconscious right now for 3. And right now the Nuggets lead 29-18. It's pretty much with the way this game is playing out right now. It's looking like it may not matter what Devin Booker or Kevin Durant do. Michael Porter Jr. keep playing like this. They might run Phoenix out of the building.
Like you say, man, where the role players play better at?
They do play better at home.
And that's what's happening right now. That's the story of the game.
Yeah, that's true.
And we got a turnover here. Bruce Brown to the line.
Like it's just playing. This is playing right into Denver's hands. They're just stupid turnovers, and you got to run more action for Booker and Durant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they ran some good action last. They set the screens up a little bit higher. Like they kind of took advantage of Denver's doubles on Book, and Book's ability to pass out those doubles has been vastly improved since he got into the NBA. So like there was one clip that went around where he passed out the double, got KD. He's like, why not leaving KD open? So it was that was something that really helped them. And then a couple of those skip passes I thought they should have tried and give some guys opportunities to hit threes. They did that, and Shamit made them pay. One pass over, skip pass here from the other side. Those things work.
yeah. Right now,
Yeah,
Devin Booker's got 10 points. He's 4 for 4 from the field.
of course.
So right now it's
He was
31-20. And again, we're still waiting on Darnell so we can get to the main event.
silly Gomez actually up. Good screen.
I think Darnell is preparing his statement for the main event. That might be what he's doing.
It might be, man. I don't blame him, man. It's something this big you gotta prepare for it a little bit. Oh, bad pass.
Oh my goodness, Bruce Brown just blew past Kevin Durant for the layup.
Look at Bruce Brown. Like they have some guys that I like in that backcourt, like coming on the other teams. Like KCP was a very good role player for the Lakers on that championship team. Bruce Brown was very good in Brooklyn. He was an all effort player. He was a good rebounder for a guard. He was a good cutter. He did it all.
Bro, it's like 5 players in this game that used to play for Brooklyn. Jeff Green, Kevin Durant, Bruce Brown, who else?
Oh, Jamal Murray. Amen.
Brooklyn,
Amen.
Landry Shamet.
Bro, just imagine that damn Brooklyn team if Kevin Durant wore a smaller shoe.
He'd still be in Brooklyn.
Because they're winning the championship if they got that small off. They're winning it.
I don't know. I mean,
I mean, the Kings could have beat them, I think, possibly. But
I think Phoenix would have had a much better chance to beat them
yeah,
because
they
they
just they, they
honest.
just weren't physical enough for guys. They just weren't.
Yeah, that Milwaukee team in general was very physical. They just no, they would have matched up a lot better with Brooklyn. I mean, you still got to worry about KD, but
Like Giannis being Giannis hurt them, but like what really killed them was Chris Middleton after Game 3 waking up. Because they had nothing for Middleton either after Game 3. So imagine Chris Middleton being Kevin Durant. If tried to make it didn't work there.
yeah, right now like this game is being played at Denver's pace, and they like to run up and down the court. So like that's
Playing
something that I'm looking at: fast break points, transition points.
Book's holding his ankle a little bit there.
You said what?
Yeah, Book's holding his ankle there a little bit. He's walking off. But no,
No,
it's playing right at Denver's pace. It's playing right in their hands. The role players are stepping up, making shots when they have to. They're playing better defense. They're getting out in transition more. It's right up their alley right now.
yeah, and man, ankle injuries, man. Just too many of them this postseason.
Basketball's a fun game. There's always an awkward ankle turn per game. He's up shooting free throws, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, he looks like he's gonna be okay. But, I mean, he's still something to monitor. I mean, you don't know. We don't know how bad it's gonna be.
So you never know. But
Jerry was on Twitter.
of course he was. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you what he said. Pull this up now, people, because Gerald is unhinged right now.
It's about something, isn't it?
You can say that.
Oh, brother. I can see it. Oh, my God. Hey, you gotta have hope, man. That's the only way they can win the series. So you gotta, it is what it is.
Should we quote tweet him and tell him to get his behind on?
You got that.
No, I'm not gonna do that to him. I knew he was. I knew he was watching though. I knew he was watching.
There we go.
I knew he was watching. I mean, it was obvious. It's like, come on, we know Jerry. We know how he is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Talking about Celtics in 7. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yeah, we're waiting on Darnell. He's busy with something.
Right now, we just talking about airplane food at this point.
The airplane food. Oh, dude, I'm doing that.
So, just to keep on the basketball trail, I thought the all defensive teams would drop today.
Wait, you said what?
Well, the all defensive teams would drop today.
Yeah, there was a few surprises, but Jaren Jackson being head of the all defensive team is, I mean, he was defense player of the year for a reason.
Yeah, he was fantastic defensively this year. I mean, that's much deserved. Caruso, first time being on the defensive teams, that was kind of surprising.
That's surprising. I was like, that's his first time being on the team.
Yeah, his first team.
His first team. Like that's crazy.
Dylan
Like I,
Brooks being second. But
you mean potential Shanghai Shark, Dylan Brooks?
hey, man, I ain't saying he should have been on the team, but it's also really freaking funny knowing what everything that transpired.
Oh man, yeah. Bam Adebayo was on the second team as well.
Any
Like
snubs that we saw initially?
Hemi buckets.
That's one. AD not being on the team. I mean,
That's another
play
one.
the games played a factor with him, but still.
But then again, you have to account for how many games AD missed as well. So
One I'm really shocked that didn't make it was Herb Jones. I thought he should have made a team.
I thought he should have as well, because I mean he was the key for New Orleans defensively. So I was actually really surprised
Like he's
that he.
one of the very best perimeter defenders in the NBA. And hell, Giannis didn't make defensive team.
I don't know. See, that's what 3-4 snubs right there that we just named.
Oh. The defense is like the one like thing in the NBA when it comes to voting on these teams and voting on these awards where it's you have to actually pop the tape on and like look at what's going on, understand defensive coverages, understand what people's assignments are, and actually like you have to really know ball, for lack of a better term, instead of just okay, he's averaging this amount of points, he's averaging this amount of assists, all that to see somebody's value off on the offensive end. Only thing you got defensively is blocks and some steals and defensive rating and all that. You don't really have. You have to actually watch them defensively. You have to watch their assignments. You have to watch the rotations that they're making. You have to watch their impact on the ball and off the ball, things like that. Which is why I've always been a big advocate of there being a third team all defense. I feel like there's a third team all NBA because there's too many good defenders in this league that don't get on these teams because there's just not enough space.
Right. What about Jalen Brown was on it, wasn't he?
Let me pull teams right quick. Let me see. So, second team was Bam, OG Anunoby, Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green, Derek White.
I can agree with that.
Caruso, Holiday, Jaren Jackson, Brooke Lopez, Evan Mobley was first team.
Whoa, y'all put Drew Holiday on the first team, even after what Henry Buckets did to him.
I mean, it's a regular season award. There's really not much you can do about that one.
Yeah, that's true. I was say Henry Buckets sunned him, and Bruce Brown just hit a three.
Now, this makes what he did against Milwaukee more significant because that's two All NBA first teamers that they absolutely couldn't do anything with.
Right now, Phoenix is blowing wide, just blowing layups.
Okay, all right, okay, got nailed out with a foul call there, but yeah.
Jason Tatum's numbers tonight: 11 for 27, 3 for 11, 3, and 2 turnovers.
Yeesh. I'm not saying it's like that right now with him, but it's time to have a talk. It might be time that they lose the series.
Yeah, they asked Marcus Smart what went wrong tonight. He literally said everything.
And he's right. Everything that could have possibly went wrong with them, the way they rotated on defense, the way they shot on the other end, it was not good.
It wasn't, and they got to look themselves in the mirror tonight because, hey, your season is now officially on the line.
Hey, this is the second year in a row they face a 3-2 deficit on the road in the second round. Last time, TM responded with 46, 47 points. Went to a game 7 and they won it at home. It's got to happen again here.
Bro, go to the group text.
I just saw it.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, man. It's all right, Jerry. It's okay.
All right, Jerry. It's okay.
Celtics in 7, right?
Yeah, come on and say it with your chest.
Oh, don't be shy. Oh, see him push it.
Yeah.
Cut. Good cut by Bruce Brown.
Joins us tonight. He's in.
He's
in that mood.
You know how he gets when the Celtics lose, plus personal stuff. You know how it is.
The man is very emotional when the Celtics lose.
It'd be like that.
Very, very emotional. Talking about some no sir, good night. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't want to. I mean, we're gonna get into the Miami series if Darnell ever comes back. But was there anybody else on the all defensive team that you thought possibly should have made it?
I thought, to be honest, I thought Herb Jones were my major ones, really, that I thought had cases. Because that's my frustration with defensive teams. Like, you have to know, like, their assignments, really know what they're doing defensively.
Right.
So those are my major two. And AD, if he played 9 games, he would have been on there easily.
Yeah, I was going to say 80, if he had played the right amount of games, yeah, he would have been on it. Besides Herb Jones and Giannis, like I said, Jimmy Butler could have been on there. I think Jaylen Brown could have been on there as well. Jaylen Brown's still a really good defender. So
I thought Tatum could too, honestly.
Yeah, Jason Tatum as well.
He's one of the top winning defenders in the game. Like he was fantastic last year. That's where his defense really started to come together. And this year it's been more of the same. But I'm honestly, he didn't get a vote at all. Yeah, Embiid didn't get a vote. Didn't make either team.
Yeah, for him not to even get a vote, that's crazy.
Yeah, I thought he should have got at least a couple of votes there. At least.
So let me pull up.
All right, Denver, I think you're playing with fire here with all bench lineups right now.
Right now it's 40-28. Denver is up. So we're watching this game as we keep going on here. Darvin Ham implies LeBron James has more gas in the tank and saving it for later in NBA playoffs.
I don't dispute that.
You
Oh,
said,
I don't know about that. I don't know about that foul. My Brown was straight up.
yeah, I don't know about that. Some of the foul calls during postseason.
No, the whistle Phoenix got last game was wild.
Yeah, they were.
No, yeah, I thought Brown was straight up right there on that one and got the clean block.
Yeah,
Actually, got Jokic back in, so that's good. Keep him in the game as much as possible. Let's cut off Jeff.
yeah, because they are. I don't know what it is when Jokic leaves the game. Because we talk about how deep Denver is, but when he leaves the game, we're left wondering where's the depth for this team.
The thing I always say about depth, and I've always said about depth is great until you actually use it. In the sense that Jokic, no matter how he slices it, he is the hub. He is what makes everything with the Nuggets work. And these are solid fine players in a vacuum, but put them on the team without Jokic, they're a lot of the team. But let's face it.
Oh,
But
they're
Jokic,
constructed. Is that what you're saying?
they're constructed well. It's just that you need the guy to make it all come together. Jokic is that guy.
Right. Phoenix has a chance to make this a single digit game, which they do.
Oh, that was a foul under the basket.
Yeah, you knew they weren't gonna call that.
Yeah, you don't want to finish this quarter badly, Denver. You don't want to finish this quarter bad.
Yeah, Mike Malone just called the timeout, so it's gonna settle his team down. Think about it is you know, if Michael Porter Jr. gets off to that hot start and like, why are y'all not trying to find him?
I didn't think he was on the court for that long. Like he ran hot and cold there for a minute. I don't know what it was, but he just kind of hasn't been in a rhythm since those early minutes of the first quarter.
Right. Joel Embiid, 33.7 rebounds, 4 blocks.
Great game.
Yeah, that's the Joel Embiid we need to see every game. Now, my thing is, see, Devin Booker is averaging 36.8 points per game in the postseason. That's crazy.
He's been nothing short of phenomenal.
Now, real quick about the Bucks. I see a report that says they're they're also considering currently employed NBA head coaches in their head coaching search. Do you think that's a smoke screen and they know who their number one target is? They just don't want to come out and say it yet.
What the report said?
That they're considering current head coaches right now.
Nick Nurse, come on down.
Yeah, see, I agree. I said the same thing. I think they know Nick Nurse is their number one target. They just don't want to come out and say it right now. They don't want it to be too obvious. But at the same time, it's kind of obvious.
Who else would you go for if it's not Nurse?
I mean, there's some coaches out there.
Plenty of coaches. I'm saying, like, who would you think would be the best fit if they don't
Stack,
opt to go with?
Vanderbilt.
What you say?
You said what?
Well, who'd you say?
Jerry Stackhouse from Vanderbilt.
Man,
I don't think he's gonna get the job, but maybe they.
wow, he's not going to consider it though. Let's be real.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any way he stays at Vanderbilt.
Well, give him like another year or two, probably stay there. Sometimes open, sure, but
Yeah, he's either gonna get a bigger name job in college or the NBA is gonna come call him.
I doubt it.
Personally, I think it's the latter.
I'll give it 2 years.
All right, should we go ahead and get into this series with Miami?
Might as well because like Darnell is dead right now.
Yeah, Darnell is probably temporarily indisposed right now.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Temporarily indisposed means
Yeah, let's just go ahead and get to it, AB.
so Miami Heat beat the New York Knicks. They hold home court. They win. They win game 3, 105-86. Win game 4, 101, 109 to 101. So in this series, what have you? What's been the key for Miami's success in this series? To you,
Exposure. That's really that simple. Other than
besides
Jimmy just being
Ayers
good.
Spoelstra. Okay, besides Ayers Spoelstra, because yeah, he's thoroughly outcoaching Tom Thibodeau.
That really is the main key because the thing that I've always noticed since at least like the at the third quarter of game one on everything from the Knicks, it just looks so hard on offense. They're struggling to get into their actions. They're struggling to take advantage of these mismatches. Everything they do just looks difficult. In Miami's, their process is just top notch. Even if they're not making shots, the process to get the ball to the open man, it's just been top tier. And then Jimmy's just been, well, Jimmy Butler in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree, but for me, it's the others around Jimmy Butler. Guys are stepping up. One game it might be Kevin Love. Next game is Kyle Lowry making big time defensive plays. Next game is Max Strus hitting a couple of big shots. Caleb Martin's played really well on both ends of the floor. Gabe Vincent, he didn't have a great game in game 4, but for the most part in this series, he's been great on both ends. They're
He's
making
been pretty. He's been pretty steady. He's been steady.
yeah, he has. And they're making it now. Jalen Brunson had a great game in game 4. He's about the only one for the Knicks that had a great game in game 4. But they're making it really difficult for Brunson to get anything going.
Julius Randle and everything for him has just been difficult.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Julius Randle.
I think it's his game. It's the way his game is, where he's a left-handed player, right?
Right.
He's not going to do anything else except use that left hand or try to go to that left hand. If you try to force him out of that, he doesn't have an answer for you. Especially the playoffs where you have to have a little more variety in your scoring. Like it doesn't. It's not with him.
And here's another thing I'm looking at with him. And it's very concerning if you're a Knicks fan. Body language. When things are not going well, look at his body language. It's bad.
They look just beaten.
And I noticed this early in the game. Oh man, Phoenix cut the lead down to 4. But early in this game, this is what I noticed from the Knicks, and this is when I knew Miami was going to win the game. They looked disinterested. They looked like they didn't even want to be there, except with the exception of Jalen Brunson, because like I said, he had 32 and 11, so he had a great game. But everybody else was just out there. And
They look so frustrated. They look so beaten. They just look exhausted out there.
you got Julius Randle in the press conference literally saying, maybe they wanted more. I don't know. Like, why would you say that?
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy honesty. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like
That's crazy honesty.
Like there's a such thing as being too honest, and that's it right there.
I wouldn't have said that in the press conference, but I mean, while I was off those rebounds, it looked like it.
Yeah, they do. But you by saying that, you basically just called out your whole team. I hope you throw yourself in there.
Like honestly, what the Knicks, if they want to really like take that next step, what the hell do they do? Where do you send Randall? Because I would probably start with trading Randall somewhere.
I was on
What?
that up because Stephen just said it this morning. He said he would probably consider trading Julius Randle.
I know I would.
For one, where do you send him to?
Who wants the contract?
Wants him.
Because like he'll steadily give you 20 something in the regular season. In the playoffs, like his game is just not diverse enough.
Right.
He sells way too much. If you take away his left hand, he's going to sell even more. It's just not great.
And on top of that, they like defensively. I mean, they've been good, but they kind of remind you of Boston in the sense where they've had too many defensive lapses. But I enjoy it because that means my team is scoring.
Hey man, enjoy it for what it's worth. All I gotta say is the Cavs gotta be ashamed of themselves the way they see the Knicks playing right now. Like they acted a complete ass in that series against the Knicks. They made it look like the '94 Knicks reincarnated for whatever reason.
We're throwing shots at the Cavs now.
Yes,
Why?
they play like dog shit. And they were better than the Knicks.
I mean, well, yeah, but
Yeah, yeah. Like they were better than they got thoroughly outclassed because they had no wing whatsoever. But the two big lineups just didn't work for them, and they couldn't shoot well enough. And they were the better team, the more talented team, and they got embarrassed.
right, but I mean, were you really surprised?
Yes.
Why though? Because you knew there wasn't hardly any spacing.
Well, then again, we all picked the damn Cavs win that series. I don't want to hear too much. Are you surprised?
We,
Yes, we motherfucker. We all picked them.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I said
Maybe don't you start. Yes, you did.
for yes, but you know, okay, yeah, we all picked Cleveland.
Okay, I'll say don't do that after the fact shit. You know, surprise. Don't do that.
Yeah, we all did pick Cleveland. One of us picked Cleveland at 5.
I said six.
Well,
Don't you turn around me. I said six.
who said Cleveland at 5? Because it definitely wasn't me.
I'm Jerry.
But I will say I agree with your assessment that Cleveland maybe should be ashamed of themselves, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. The reason why is because when Donovan Mitchell's got to average 35 plus, y'all even have a fighting chance because Darius Garland decided he didn't want to step up to the plate. That's a problem.
It's a big problem because Garland until like game three just didn't show up at all. Okoro and Shady Osmond wasn't great. Evan Mobley, his offense just wasn't ready. And Jared Allen, don't even get started.
Hey, that's your guy.
I like Jared Allen, but yeah.
hey, hey, I think what Cleveland needs is a 3-and-D wing. But
Just a way you can actually play more than 5 minutes at a time because he can't do one or two things.
right.
Because Okoro's a good defender. He couldn't shoot. They kept leaving him open. Chetty Osman's a decent enough shooter. He can't guard anybody.
Chetty Osmond shouldn't even be on the roster.
How's he still on this? I didn't know he was still on this roster. I was stunned that he still was.
Russell Wilson is at the game with Sean Payton.
Hey, man, it's Denver.
Okay,
Ooh.
Jared said he's going to try and come on and give a quick response to the game, then he's going to jet off.
Yeah. So,
That's all.
yours, Gerald. That's all we need to hear, Gerald.
Because we know you got you busy, you got stuff going on. Again, prayers to you, man, for real.
Sure, for sure, man.
But with Miami, we got to give Miami credit. Since won't nobody else give them credit, we got to give them credit. We got to be real and give them credit and stop talking about the weather being the reason all Phoenix is out of the game.
Of course it is.
Devin Booker has 19 points. He is going the hell off right now.
This was a bad second quarter for the Nuggets.
Oh man, Jamal Murray is down and holding his ankle. That is not good right now.
That's not great.
And he's hobbling down the court. Like that is no. That
Oh man, Denver is just cold this quarter, man.
Denver is building a construction site right now.
Yo,
Look who it is.
Gerald,
yeah. What's going on,
Clover.
man?
Prayers
Long day.
to you, bro. Prayers to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Long day.
Now, without getting into further detail, really into further detail, just let us know how is everything right now.
So everything is good from what I've heard. He's in ICU, so I'm hoping he's healthy and well. But my aunt sounded like she was doing okay, so that was a positive sign. But definitely a lot to go on with my family lately, bro. So hoping that he can pull through and get back 100% healthy.
That's good to hear, man.
Yeah, that's great to hear, bro.
Um, so go ahead and give us, lay it on us. The floor is
Yeah,
yours.
well, I'll leave it to y'all to ask. Do you have any questions about anything? Or thoughts?
I'll start off. So, what the hell was wrong with Tatum tonight? What's been up with him the last couple of games?
Um, that's something that I really don't know. I think the Anthony Melton. One thing I noticed about Jason is that whenever uh, a long athletic guy that forces him to defend and um, score well on him, right? He gets kind of complacent. He tends to get frustrated with trying to body him, and PJ Tucker just gives him a heck of a time defensively as far as his strength, push him around. So that's something that's been bothering him, and it's pretty consistent. So I think that's what's been going on. He hasn't been looking strong to start the game, and it's a mental thing with him. So I think that's kind of what's happened, and he's scared to go in on and beat.
Yeah, I think no, because he has been gunshot. Because the way MB played tonight in the post on defense was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think being gunshot there. And the rotations again have been wonky on
Hmm.
defense. I don't get what's been going on with it since the last series. Their defense has just collapsed.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, Jalen Brown's played well. Uh, Smart's been good. A lot of your backcourt hasn't, other than him. And on
Hmm.
top of that, Horford's been bad on offense. He's the floor spacing that he offers. It's not been there.
No, it's yeah. I think from this series up to this point, you can tell that like Al Horford, his shot and him stretching the floor is what makes us go, but it just hasn't been there.
Now, my question for you, Jerry, is
Hmm.
because for me, it wasn't just the fact that y'all lost; it was the way that they lost.
Way, yeah, correct.
Are are you concerned going into Game 6?
Um, I do have because I think you asked me last week or yesterday about Celtics. If we lost this game, would I be concerned? I said no, but I think the way that we lost, I was concerned with um, just the lack of the ability to score the ball, to shoot, missing open layups. I think was one thing. Being afraid to shoot those layups because of Embiid's presence. Um, and you saw at times we went ISO ball. We kind of lost confidence in one another, not making the extra pass. So I think that aspect of game definitely concerned me, and um, just the lack of energy. Just being really lethargic to come out.
Yeah, because Philly came out guns blazing. Harden had a solid game.
Yeah.
Maxey played phenomenal.
Hmm.
And B played great. Even Tobias Harris played, gave him good minutes. Like it
Yeah.
was an all around win for Philadelphia, all around. Like
Yeah.
if Harden's gonna string together good games in a row, and Embiid's gonna slowly but surely start playing like Joel Embiid again,
Hmm.
and Tyrese Maxey is gonna just absolutely be the secondary guard that they need.
Yeah.
It's tough sledding.
Yeah, for me, it started in the second quarter. You know,
Mhm.
because I felt like Boston, they got themselves back in the game. It's a close game. Then the second quarter,
Mhm.
it was like Philly kind of just. We said it earlier on here. It was like Philly just punched them in the mouth, and they never recovered.
We didn't. There was no recovery.
What's concerning for me with Boston, honestly, and Jerry, I think you would agree with this too.
Mm-hmm.
It's coaching too. Some of the
Coach is huge.
some of the things that Joe Mazzulla is doing just is not adding up. Like some of the decisions he's making in this series just have not been good decisions.
Yeah, they haven't been, and I think one thing I underestimated was um, the departure of Will Hardy and Damon Stoudemire. So Damon left mid-season, and Damon was a part of that Ime staff that held down the fort, and I
That
think
was a hell of a staff he assembled.
yeah, we lost three guys on our staff from last year, and I didn't know how important that would be, but I think now, like seeing the guys try to regroup but not having that voice, like you can tell that there's something there. And even when the guys come off the bench, you don't feel like a sense of confidence when they come into the game, except for like Grant. But Rob Williams has lost confidence. He's not even blocking shots how he usually does. It's been kind of weird to watch unfold. And yeah, man, I'm not too sure what's going on with the guys.
I mean,
The losing Will Hardy was underrated because he had Utah playing very well towards the end of the season,
Excellent coach.
especially
yeah,
especially defensively. He's a great young coach in this league. Some of the defensive there's like some of the defensive rotations that have been really sloppy. Like especially game four at the end on the Harden game winner.
Yep.
I don't understand what Jalen Brown was thinking there. Like you're up two, you don't have to rotate over on a double. Like
It's just
if MB hits it, it doesn't hurt you. But you gave Harden a wide open shot, a shot he's hit all night in the corner, in rhythm, game over.
it's the
Like,
same thing that's been happening. Happened tonight too. You see guys helping. You can't overhelp. You gotta trust that if Harden's gonna beat you shooting floaters over Al Horford and Rob Williams, so what? But don't just give up open threes to Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey. And then once you try to close out those guys, it's too late because Tyrese Maxey is probably top five fastest guard in the league. So he's blowing past people, getting easy layups, kicking it out to guys, scramble mode. So it's the defense rotations have not been good. Um, I feel like Doc Rivers experimenting with the zone has helped them tremendously. And I feel like if we tried something, giving them different looks, not letting them just play one-on-one basketball, that would be beneficial. Not letting Tyrese Maxey drive the lane. So
yeah.
um, which I think will be if Philly gets past us. I think you'll see Eric Spoelstra exploit a lot of that, what Joe Mazzulla didn't capitalize on.
speaking of Eric Spoelstra, I wonder where Doc Rivers got that zone experiment from.
Yeah, and, well, to be quite honest,
We did it to them last year.
the first person to exploit that was Nick Nurse.
Yeah. You know what?
Toronto Raptors 2020. And then Eric Spoelstra tried that in the next series, went boxing one as well, and mix up 2-3 zone, and y'all beat us down. And this series is kind of looking like that Heat series in 2020 in the bubble. It's kind of reminding me of it.
See, I think Boston can win Game 6. They could, but like,
Yeah, I personally think they do, honestly.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared to pick this game because, like I said, I feel like they can win it, but I wouldn't be confident picking them to win it. In the way Philly's playing right now, the way Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey are playing right now, them being at home, that raucous crowd in Philly, that's gonna be that's gonna be a crazy crowd. And I feel like it's gonna come down to James Harden. If James Harden plays well, I think Philly wins the game. But if not, I think Boston has a really good shot to steal that game back, get back home court advantage, and then we could have Game 7 in Boston.
Oh yeah, and that's the importance of getting home court. In the regular season is. I mean, putting yourself in a position to just in case you screw up how Boston is screwed up tremendously. Give yourself a chance to go back home. So we know we got to take care of business on the road, but
Well,
it's gonna be tough, man. To me, it's there's a part of my brain that wants to compare, last year going to Milwaukee and winning, but the energy doesn't feel the same. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't feel the same.
yeah.
So
And speaking of home court, we thought it would be important in the postseason, but this
Boston,
postseason has shown none of that matters at this point.
Boston sucks at home, bro. I mean, it's been that way. Like I don't know what it is, but we suck. We lost in the finals last year on our home court.
Well, that Warriors team at that point was just in rhythm. Like
Yeah,
This is a
got in
situation
rhythm
last year too. Like they had a situation last year, like they went down 3-2. We had to go on the road to win a game 7. Tatum responded. Hopefully, he responds again this year.
I will say if Tatum responds, Game 6 Tatum will be a thing.
That game 6 last year was the best I've ever seen him play. Like, it really was.
he's got to bounce back. So when y'all play Thursday night? Yeah,
Thursday night,
ESPN.
Thursday night, 7:30.
Yeah, he's got to bounce back.
I think this game it means a lot for Boston, of course, and I think it means a lot for JT and JB, and also for Smart. If we don't win, I think Smart could get traded. To be quite honest, I think this could be what ultimately brings us to the decision. Let's trade Smart. Let's kind of blow up that, and then see if we can get a return. But anyways, I think this is arguably the most important game for Doc Rivers and James Harden of their career.
Yeah,
Post KG and Ray, but I think this is the most important game of Doc Rivers' career since that time.
I agree 100% with that statement right
And
there.
James, yeah.
Yeah, this, for both of them, this is their most. This is the biggest game of both of their careers. Well, because we know how Doc Rivers. We know the long leads in series. We know about all that history. James Harden hadn't gotten back to the finals since he was in Oklahoma City coming off the bench.
Yep.
Getting back to the conference finals, he's got to worry about doing that. But you know what? I think also you kind of alluded to it. This is probably the most important game of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's careers as well.
Because this core, man, they've had their ups and downs. They got to the finals. They got to the conference final early on in their careers, and they've had just varying amounts of disappointments. Conference final here, second round disappointment there. Like I'm not gonna say up and down, but they've run the gamut of playoff success or failure, no matter how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
This is a team that they're better than. This is a team that they're more talented than for the most part. That they've outplayed. They've had the mental edge over Philadelphia for the last several seasons. Like if they can't let go of the rope.
Yeah, they can't. And I've never seen the Celtics core of Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and Jason. I've never seen them lose to an inferior team. So this will be a first for me, because I think even if you look at that Cavs series in 2018, LeBron was LeBron. So I mean, that was that, and then losing to Steph last year, it's a dynasty. Losing to the Heat, they were better coached. I think they had underrated talent, and Jimmy Butler was Jimmy Butler. I mean, Bam was Bam, and Jason and Jaylen they weren't ready for that smoke, to be quite honest. But this will be the first year I would have to say that we lost to an inferior team, like completely wholeheartedly.
Yeah, it's just looking at Boston. Like I'm just surprised at all of the collapses, and we talked about it earlier this year in the middle of the season. Like it was, you were the first to say it, that it was a concern because it was just happening way too often, and now it's rearing its ugly head again in the postseason. Like, I mean, Boston's more talented. They should be favored. They're a better team.
Mm-hmm.
You play around with a team like Philly that has the MVP and Joel Embiid
and great supporting cast. I mean,
like you mess around with that team, you mess around and find out. Hey, sometimes these inferior teams, they hit you one good time with a good game, and
if they're really talented, they do wonky things, but they are so talented nonetheless. It's just that how poor that they've been on defense, Boston. I don't get it. Since game two of the Hawks, they've been poor.
And the thing is, man, you look at the Celtics, what they've struggled with in the entire season. The losses that we've had, we lost to uh we lost to the Cavs, I think, 3 times. We
Yeah,
lost to the Knicks
Yeah,
a few times. It's always a team that has a very effective pick and roll. It's always the pick and roll. I mean, and I love Al, bro, but like people see that if you have a guard in Al, you can take advantage of that matchup. You can, and then we don't play double big, so there's no rim protection once you get past Al, which is why I would be pro start Al and Rob, see how that works. Go big. I mean, small ball is a thing, getting threes, but when you can't defend anything, it puts you in the hole early. So it's like
that and when you, like you just alluded to, there's no rim protection.
there's none.
I mean, you maybe that's an adjustment that Joe Mazzulla's got to look at when he watches the film. And
Yeah.
on top of that, if you start both, now with Embiid, he's not going to be able to be able to get set down low in the post and be able to do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got to think about not just Robert Williams, but now he's got Al Horford there. And you could starting both of them, you might be able to force him to the perimeter, get him away from the rim, get him off his game. More rebounds for Boston right there.
Absolutely. And then, I mean, you look at last year, the most dominant stretch of Celtics basketball in the last 3 or 4 years was double big Rob and Al with Tatum, Smart, and Brown. And we've completely gone away from what worked and what got us to a championship level.
J Money wants to know what you think happens
Next game, man. I've watched the Celtics for years and years. And what's funny is I was actually going to text y'all, but it was a crazy day. I was like, don't be surprised when we lose this game tonight. Do not be surprised. I literally felt it. I'm like, we're going to lose today. Like, I did not have confidence. But I think Boston goes into Philly. I think we beat Philly. And I think we go to game 7. But I will say, though, if Harden's comfortable early, if he's getting us in foul, if we get in foul trouble early, we're not going to win the game.
yeah, they can't make Joel get comfortable at the elbows because, like, their defense has changed as Joel's game has evolved. Like, usually they'll send something in the post because he's a more post-oriented guy.
Yeah.
Now he's more comfortable at the nails, so they'll send a guard to kind of to play those scram coverage on him and just try and get him uncomfortable and make him make a quick decision. And Horford individually as a defender has been a very good for the most part on Embiid.
Yeah.
But when he's comfortable and he's getting going, and you get Harden having, and you get Harden having good games, Maxey going off, Tobias Harris giving you some support. It's just tough to do that consistently. So it's going to be something to monitor how comfortable that Embiid gets early on in the game.
Yeah, and it's rare seeing the Celtics lose 3 games in a row. I mean, that's just I wouldn't put my money on it. So I think Boston goes in and wins. Philly won 2 games in Boston. We got to win 2 games in Philly, and it all comes down: will the Celtics win 2 games in a row? I think we can.
I would say this is a series where both teams have been comfortable on the road. Like Boston took game 2 from Philly. Philly took game 1 and then took game 5 today in Boston, in the Garden. So both teams have been comfortable playing on each other's home court.
It's really been a weird swing, bro. It's been, you win 1, we win 2, you win 2. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, whatever.
It's like, all right, something got to give at some point here.
Something's got to give. Home court. Yeah, I think home court has to come into play at some point. So, yeah, I think we're going to have a game 7, man. I think we'll go in there and win. I think Tatum will have a big game. I think Derek White will finally show up and hit some big shots. And I think we'll go back to Boston, and hopefully we take care of home court and win.
It's more with Derek White because you can tell early on if he has it or he doesn't.
You can. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will say this. It didn't go well for y'all tonight, but at least I saw it was effort. That's more than I can say from New York Knicks.
Yeah.
They were disinterested last night. So, but looking at this, I won't be surprised either way.
Yeah.
Whether Philly wins or Boston, I will not be surprised Thursday night either way. The only way I would be surprised is if Philly were to blow Boston out, or vice versa. Then I would be shocked.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what we're going to see. I don't know what we're going to see. It's going to be weird.
Now, if Boston does lose,
Yeah.
You talked about possibly trading Marcus Smart.
Mhm.
Would that be the only move you would think they would make with this roster, or is there anything else you would look at?
Well, JB will be back. Jason will.
You heard about that?
Yeah, he'll be back. I think we have to worry about him in the offseason though next year, but I think he'll be back. It's definitely going to be a true test to see how for the whole playoffs. I feel that this year the regular season meant nothing. That's how I feel.
Because there are so many teams that didn't play together all that much. Two teams that are making deep runs right now had completely different squads by the time the season rolled around, and by the time February was here, they were completely different.
Yeah, the regular season honestly meant nothing, and I think we basically seeing, bro. If you have two big time primetime stars in a slightly good supporting cast that can shoot, you gonna win, bro. You gonna win. You gonna win.
You know what the playoffs have proved for me?
What's that?
People, the bubble was not a fluke.
No, the bubble wasn't fluke.
I mean, honestly, last year pretty much was a proof for me. At least for Miami, because they were number one seed, like they were going to the finals. So
Exactly.
at least for them, it wasn't.
Like Miami is not a normal 8 seed. The Los Angeles Lakers are not a normal 7 seed.
The
They're a
Bucks
different
were
team.
not a normal 1 seed. They were not.
It was so strange because, like, even with the bubble, I wasn't even surprised that Miami made a run. I wasn't surprised. Like, the Lakers were the best team anyway. They were going to the finals no matter what. I thought, bubble or no bubble.
Yeah, the only thing that surprised everybody was the fact that Miami, with the injuries that ended up piling up late in that series, pushed it to Game 6. But that just show you, I agree with Jared. Regular season clearly meant nothing. We were 40-38. We're literally one game away from not even being in the postseason, and we damn near lost that second game to Chicago until we went on a run. Until Jimmy just said, "The hell with this, I'm taking over." And now Miami's one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals. The Lakers are one win away from the Western Conference Finals. Boston is one game away from being like this.
It's looking
crazy.
It's
there's a decent chance we get a bubble rematch in the conference finals all the way around.
Maybe how would you feel about a Miami versus Lakers?
I would not want to see that.
Right? No, I want it. I would want that.
No, I don't want to see that.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't want to see that, bro. I mean, I just do not want to see that.
I respect the hell out of Miami though. So like, if they get there, they got through the mud like usual. You can't even but respect that,
bro. Because it would honestly Miami's one of those teams, bro. Like the heart and the grit can only take you so far. At some point, you got to have legitimate talent to win a championship, like outside of one guy, and they'll get beaten 5. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I feel.
They're also well coached enough to win this way, though. That's the thing. If Eric Spoelstra was not the head coach of this team, they're not going as far as they do.
Yeah, they're not.
Is that Jerry?
Y'all would get beaten 5 or 6 against a very talented team.
Marcus, look at the camera.
Smile for the camera.
All right, so we got that on record. We would get beaten 5.
I think that's a nice way to wrap this up, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a fun way.
Yeah. And Jerry, again, prayers to you.
Thank y'all, man, for sure. Prayers to you as well. Prayers to you, bro. I hope you get better.
Yeah, definitely, J Money. He said he told us earlier it was the flu.
Oh God.
It's been a tough day, people. It's been a tough day for me as well, man. So
Yeah, bro. Prayers to all of us. Just
Money, stop the cap, man. Stop the
I
cap.
don't know about sweet.
We not-
But
also, look, this could go either way. My final comments. This could go either way. Boston could win, and then I'd have to sit through some more pain and disappointments for the next series, probably. And then we could lose, and then I'd be free from all pain for the next maybe like 3 or 4 months. So that would be good. Take a mental break from the Celtics.
Well, you still got the Cleveland Guardians.
We don't talk about them. We don't talk about the Guardians.
Jerry, you got to start watching hockey and get a hockey team. Man.
Hockey's even worse because upsets happen all the time in the damn sport.
I'm a Tampa Bay fan. I'm a Tampa Bay hockey fan.
That is very true. I won't say with my LA Kings I suffered because I was honestly shocked that we made it to the playoffs. We were actually decent this year. And we made it to the playoffs. I was like, we taking steps trying to get back to where we need to be. So, look, encouraging. But hey, before we end, I got one question. How you feeling about the Cowboys this year? Hey man, them the top two teams in the NFC East. It's that simple, and it's gonna be like that for the years to come.
Okay, I'll say 3 NFC East teams are going to make playoffs again. Like, we can pencil it in.
Yeah, we can pencil both of those teams in the playoffs.
Because the NFC's not good. Let's be real. And the Philadelphia's great. Dallas is talented. The Giants are the Giants, but I mean, they'll make the playoffs. They'll maybe win a game depending on who they get. That's about it.
Or we make a run. I don't know.
It's not impossible because the NFC's not great and you are talented. It's just Dak throw up on himself.
You get right. With that, Jerry, everybody know where they can follow y'all to get up off of here.
Yes, bro. Follow me on Twitter, JBreezy. I've tweeted a little bit. You can check out my recent tweets and my podcast advertisements. And I am Breezy II is my backup. JLamar_II is my Instagram. You can follow me there. And that's pretty much all the places you can find me, man.
So Marcus Davis 904 usually on Twitter for me. Marcus Davis _ on Instagram. Same old.
Follow Darnell and Not Too Famous on all platforms. And by the way, Jerry did post the Bible verse, so that means he's on decommit watch from the Celtics.
Will the no weapon formed against him shall prosper?
Oh my God! Well, no, it was more so something that resided with me this morning, bro. Beautiful scripture.
Which one was it?
It was John. I think it was 2:28. That's what I posted. Talking about abiding in God and in Christ. Oh,
No, I don't.
but yeah, it was about abiding in Christ, so that you have confidence whenever you do see Him appear or feel His presence. So that was something that really resonated with me, bro, for sure. And I needed it. I didn't even know I needed it until things happened, but definitely needed it.
That's what's up, man. Anything that gets through the day, always.
Facts.
Do Bibles, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, my Bible app always has the verse of the day, and literally every single day I look at it. I'm like,
It's
it's like I need this.
yeah.
Today is we confess our sins. He's faithful and just to forgive us. Like I'm like,
Yeah, Lord, please forgive me for lying about the Celtics. Please, I beg.
hey,
Gosh, Jerry.
God. But you can follow me on Twitter at AceWade1, on Instagram at Ace_Wade1, ladies. You can follow.
God, please forgive Bob Huggins. He about to lose his damn job.
Yeah, Bob Huggins. Hey, somebody
Whoa.
who said
After y'all text me into it happened.
It's bad.
Is a West Virginia said there's rumors going around.
No, not.
But
He's going outside, bro.
Yeah. Follow the podcast account on Twitter at Indie Evidence and on Instagram at Indisputable Evidence. Hey man, look, I'm averaging a triple-double in the postseason right now.
Insanity.
But I'll get my assists, but do I have a song of the week? I think I do.
Yeah, I think you had her both.
Yeah, you 2 for 2.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with I had it. Let me go to my trusty playlist.
Bro, if you don't do Welcome to Miami, bro, what?
Might as well.
I can't do that not right now.
You gonna do it after the series is over?
No, not even then.
Oh my god.
I gotta wait. I gotta see what happens first.
Okay.
But I might go with a DJ Khaled song though.
Oh, brother.
Jesus. This man's gonna do God did.
No, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna slow it down a tad bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with "Love Yours" by J. Cole.
Okay.
Simply because of one lyric in the song that actually does describe the Miami Heat right now. There's beauty in the struggle. Think
AJ
of
Money.
struggled all year. Yeah, appreciate it.
Beauty in the struggle.
We struggled all year, and we came about the mud, and we prospering right now.
Hey man, like, look, if my C's go out, bro, I'm pulling for Miami to win it.
We gonna need all the support in the world.
Cause I hate Philly, bro.
You hey, I don't think nobody hates Philly more than Jimmy.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, man.
Y'all really chose Tobias Harris over here. You don't take that personal every time you play, y'all.
Tobias gonna be shook if he gotta play.
It's not gonna be a pretty serious for Tobias Harris.
But with that, it's been another great episode of Indisputable Evidence. We're gonna leave it as we always do. God bless. Go Heat. Stay safe out there. Take care of your loved ones and tell them you love them every day. Take care of your mentals. Take care of your chicken. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Marcus.
Wash your asses with soap and water thoroughly. And your legs and your feet. Everything on your body.
Everything.
And in light of what Bob Huggins said yesterday, cleanse your spirits.
Oh jeez.
Oh yeah, you better be in church. You better be at the altar asking for forgiveness. There better be tears coming out your eyes.
Oh my god.
That confessional better be generational.
Yeah, you gonna need it. Oh Lord. I can't imagine God, the look on his face when God asked him, what was he thinking?
Oh jeez, I can't wait to look it up.
It's not great.
But, y'all be safe out there.
Yeah, man.
With what's going on in the world, be safe.
It's a lot.
Everybody around you.
Yep.
Be aware of your surroundings. We mean this.
Yes, please. Watch yourself. Stay prayed up, bro. Make sure you live in your life the best you can. Tell everybody you love them, and yeah, man, life is just crazy. People attacking people, things attacking things, sicknesses. Stay up, bro. Straight up for real. It's crazy out here.
Yes, stay prayed up out there.
Yep.
With that, God bless y'all. We'll see y'all again next week.
God bless y'all, man. Peace out.